Hello and welcome back to the Founder's Fountain in the harbour beneath some fiery skies for what's going to be our level 16 episode of Red Reborn. Plenty to discuss from the previous adventures. Well, Giant Hold is kind of a staple around this level. I pushed a bit and did it on Reaper 4, which for seasoned characters or tankier builds, that's fine. But for Red, anytime he got tagged by a damage over time from a Red Crown caster, he was in trouble. So I did take the unusual liberty for me of parking a hireling by the door, and that did come in handy on several occasions. But broadly speaking, I mean, the damage he was spewing out was very good. They were um, they were falling before him quite respectably. So just the odd spiky damage that put paid to him. I could of course gone sailing through on Reaper 2. I'm sure I would have had no problem there. I've explored a bit further into the new Mythdrana area. I think I've maybe taken my quest total to 7 or 8 now that I've done. It's been fun. I uh, I agree with the the sort of consensus that if you're running it for loot and or filigree at the legendary levels, you're not going to see much joy there because the drop rates seem quite low. I've only found one of those augments in between the legendary and the heroic running I've done in there, so it would take a long time. Although those are available at the moment for stupid amounts of money of shards on the shard exchange. I think if you type in lunar or solar, look here, we've got everything sort of in the hundreds. Of course, the things that are on here are the things that are not selling, so we're not seeing the ones that are selling. But yeah, if you have hundreds of shards going spare, then maybe you could make yourself a nice gear set from this stuff. And if you don't, like me, maybe it's a chance to make a few. In fact, that's mine there. That's the one augment I found, the Lunar Gem of Charisma. I've put it up for what I deem to be a reasonably respectable 50 shards in the face of all these hundreds of things, but so far no takers. So I'll report back on that. I think the best thing I ever found for shards was the selling of those cards, those curse cards from the Illithid event, and now available from Saga rewards as well. That's the best I've done, especially since the mnemonic enhancer potions were kind of nerfed by the change to the ring of spell storing. So now most casters have that. So there's less of an emphasis on those mnemonic potions. Okay, but I digress. No changes to gear since last time. We're just rocking our Shan set and some nice other little bits and pieces. I'll show you the enhancements just quickly. So we've got more or less what we want in here now. I do plan to push up to get the second Memories of Last War. We could have 25 universal spell power, which would be nice. There is also an option for 3 bonus on all saves, which isn't terrible either. And armor class and PRR, well, we're trying not to get hit really. I think I'll go with the spell power one. Extra power for both our healing and our imbue sounds nice. So otherwise, I'm just taking steps to restore our favoured enemies. So we've got Construct, Animal, which is basically for the Dino chain in Legendary, I guess, but it's also adding 2 to the others, and Construct and Undead are popular and problematic opponents for us. Undead, it's absolutely riddled with Undead in the Mythdrana pack, so I hope that's come in handy for us there. There will be... what will there be? There'll be Fae as well in the Shiradi tree in Epic to come. And otherwise I just put, I think I'm going to put, well, I've gone to 40 now in here. I've taken all 3 action boosts. The onus is on me now to use them. As silly as it seems, I tend to sit on them until dire need. Just get them spewing out and trivialise the content if needs be. That's what I should be doing. Just hammer the things. He can manage reasonably without the boost and with the 2 AoEs, but why manage reasonably when you've paid for these things? Just get them spewing out and get the things decimated. That's what we should be doing. Right, so for level 16 I was thinking to maybe have a go at the... What chain is even this one? Is it the Devil's... is it called Devil's Gambit or something like that? I think it might be. I just call it the Grim and Barret chain. So we're going to have a go at this. We're not going to go on any crazy level. I'll stick to 2. I mean, this is relatively new content compared to the likes of Giant Hold, so 2 on this should prove still a reasonable challenge. We've got deadly weapons in. I don't think that's going to be that much of an improvement for us. Well, net improvement, because we're actually losing 2 imbue dice from greater elemental weapons to accommodate that. I suppose in this chain, against a lot of stuff that might be resistant or immune to our electric imbue, it will be much preferable. In case you're wondering, the bear is not available for this one. I'm sure she would have liked to have joined us. She's looking forward to questing some more in the new myth content. I mean, for really for the first time, perhaps. No, I think I did the same in Vecna. I haven't used anything of the Vecna loot either, aside from the odd augment, the moment to moment, which I'm looking forward to Red having for more fusillade charges. There's another one, Art of Sabotage, isn't there, for armor piercing. But aside from that, not used anything from Vecna. I certainly don't plan to use anything from the myth either for heroic or epic. But I just plan to enjoy the content, and I'll try and run it in conjunction with Giant Hold, because I don't run any XP potions or anything, so I can certainly use the extra boost of doubling up. I haven't found the XP in the myth chain to be that derisory, or maybe people are talking, you know, about the length of time it takes to complete those quests against the time it would take to do the Giant Hold equivalents. Let's not get surrounded here, people. I really don't fancy that. There is an antidote for being surrounded, however. Now let's just hang on a minute until we get these cooldowns back from these things, because they're going to be all bunched up down there. Crikey, okay. Triggering the boost again. Don't know if that was some lag or what happened there. Okay. Yeah, I think the watchword for this... Oh! The watchword for this lot is extreme prejudice. Just get the boost going. There's plenty of shrines. There's no excuse for not hammering with it. Now, as mentioned previously, this is one chain where possibly the IPS to hit through several targets could have helped me, but the situations are so few, I think at least, and even here you can still argue that missing out on all the extra ranged power. That's a nice knockdown. missing out on all the extra range power might be a net loss even using IPS. So between the two AoEs and the nasty single target damage, I think we're doing okay.
The bear nods and says, "One last thing. I can open any of the sealed gatekeeper doors you might encounter." The door slides open, revealing a fierce half-orc.
I'd be interested to know to hear from any of you who've got the Myth Pack, what you folks have made to it, the things you like. I must say I love the wilderness, the just the scale, and I know it's scale. It's like really, literally really large. So to run to the quest can be a pain. I gather there are teleport things. I haven't investigated that yet. I think once you do certain quests, a bit a la Dino area maybe, you can teleport to some places. I've heard there's a dragon somewhere that you can just loot his chest like a boss rare, that you can loot the chest without actually fighting the thing, so I'm sure plenty of people are farming the hell out of that. Not really my thing. Maybe if I actually wanted some stuff out of there I might consider jumping on the bandwagon, but no. But yeah, the just the scale of the things, the size of the buildings and the enormous trees, and I'm quite impressed wandering through there. I quite like some of the new opponents as well. The carry-on crawler thing. Well, it's a chaos crawler, isn't it? But it's a shout back to one of the earliest D&D opponents that I can remember in the newbie red box pack. So that was nice to see. Oh, no shield, okay. Why didn't I boost? I have 5 boosts left, why wasn't I boosting? That's criminal. Get the shield on. And get some boost going. That's what we like to see. Absolute decimation. Now let's get some fire down on these lot. Just through the rune arm there. I agree with the people who suggest that the rune arm, aside from breaking boxes, is kind of more for flavour than anything else. But this little light damage one will affect most things, and it's a fun little thing to see going off. I quite like it. Boost again, come on. Why am I stuck? Oh, there's a caster at the back there. Don't want to get messed up in that. Even though it's only a single target, whenever there's one of those red crown casters, I just try and knock it down. We have a seriously nice DC on this. 61 in sort of mid to late heroic is awesome, I think. And it's being helped by the Warforged tree, which is a particularly good fit for our build. We've got tactic DCs, we've got repair amp, we've got some range power, and later some spell power. So very nice.
Wolf snarls at his prisoner. As you enter the
if any of you are tempted to try the Arti, looking at this, there is a very good and comprehensive build guide posted in the forums by, I think he's called Epic Soul, so shout out to him, and many thanks for sharing. It's given me some food for thought in there, certainly. Feet, by the way, the feats in the last few, I've As mentioned before, by the way, I'm having to use my AoE attacks to break the boxes with the rune arm not really being fit to do that, so that's a bit of a pain. But you live with it. Yes, feats. I took shot on the run for the bonus Arti feat at 16. So I've had to take dodge and mobility leading up to that. I guess it's debatable whether it was worth 3 feats. I guess you'd have to assess what the alternatives might have been. But I don't think they're too bad. I think we probably have. We're in robes at the moment, so we probably have a decent dodge. Yeah, 22 to dodge. That's very respectable. Unfortunately, that's going to shrink down when we get the light armor, well, mithril enhancement or whatever it's called for the Warforged.
The stone door rolls open to reveal a
Boost.
hidden glade in
Hit
the
it once,
very
it didn't do
heart of
anything.
the city. A small path along the cliff wall.
That was a mess. Really wasted that AoE. Kind of wasted the boost as well. That was pathetic all around. Let's try and do better here. Yeah, it works very well when you get the first AoE on a group of targets that's all clumped together, and then just they get smashed by the second one, and it's kind of good night. Okay, let's see what we can do against this guy.
Turns towards you.
Oh, that's not good. Now that's where the focus fire, the single target damage really comes to the fore. Just get rid of him before he gets rid of us. Okay, not too terrible a start despite some of my shambolic efforts there. And I did manage to keep the boost going. I mean, yes, we could have totally shrined and used and had less boost, but I think better to have and not need than need and not have. Gatekeeper Grove. Right, I don't tend to do the portable hole, but for the purposes of completeness, we're going for it. This guy, this boss guy, has a nasty force attack, doesn't he? So I'm going to have to bear that in mind.
Rescue the others, says the wizard. Their magic can help you against the devils. Oh, and keep your eyes
And of
open
course
for
these
my
teleporting
manuscript.
Orthons I don't like either. I tend to try and defend the doors, just hammer anything that comes through, but my build isn't particularly great for that. Aside from the knockdown, I don't have much in the way of, well, anything in the way of crowd control, so it's just going to have to be by withering missile fire. Okay.
Great! Thunder's error trick.
That was beautiful, my goodness.
All that remains is for Fortis here to demolish
Happily
this
take
tawdry
that.
little tavern. Will
If we
I
can do that again,
return
I'll be
to
absolutely
Shadowrun?
delighted.
The freed mage attempts to deceive.
We did, even with a Fear Reaper thrown in there.
And their combined
Awesome.
efforts will bring the barrier down. Fortis!
Are we a sorcerer in disguise? Oh, now we've got problems.
With that,
Right, let's do what we said we were going to do and defend this door. Got some boost coming.
spells holding this place together like twigs.
We have some more down there,
This is
no?
harder than it looks. Need to concentrate, and that means
Okay.
no distractions.
Beautiful, that's 3 for 3 on the side rooms. That was awesome. Okay. Can we close here before they pop out of the room? We might be able to, you know. Almost. No, messed it up. And there's a Reaper now. Get some boost going. Get the anti-magic gem on. Yeah, cock that last one up, but the first three were as good as it gets, I think. So is he gonna come alive now? Yeah. I was trying to boost there, it hasn't done it.
Enough. I'm gonna tear you to bits when that's done. This won't live up to its name.
That was a good defense of the door. I need to get the displacement back on when they allow me to. They might not allow it. Crikey. And still they come. That was a big shot. Can I just sneak a... Must remember the radiant force field as well. Let's get that thing on. Defend this other door perhaps now. Yes, oh that was good. Like that. Is he going to come back to life now? No. No, he's got some stragglers. Teleporting beggars, die. Okay. Now we've got an Orthon's out there. Boost. I think the boss is back up. Is he? Yeah, so good. And he's in our face. Come on. Nice. Don't die now. Don't spoil it. Come on. Get up. Beautiful. I have invested the odd point in balance to maybe try and get up a bit quicker. Of course it would help not to be down in the first place, but you can't have everything. Return to sender. Phlebotomizing. I've not seen that very often. Oh my god, where did you come from? Okay. Is that a chest, that thing? What is that? No. Right, well, we'll take that. Not too terrible. Could have been done better, but the first three were just decimation, weren't they? So let's take the positives. I think fitting illustration that the build is way better leveling wise than the than a standard bow one would be. Albeit you do get some AoE with the standard bow as well, but I think these are more capable of just mowing down groups than the standard bow is. In my opinion, is there to be disagreed with, but I have at least played both now, so I can. I think I have a right to an opinion. Right, the 12. I think particularly for boss fights, the rate at which this thing can spew out the missiles just gives you that big spike in damage when you need it. Very helpful. Let's just see where we're at now with the deadly weapon added. So we're at 4.05 W. Yeah, it's quite tasty, that, isn't it? The damage rating there. I'm trying to think what the next thing is. I think on reaching 20 we've got a Borderlands one coming. And then I have because it's a build that Red is going to do, well, it's going to be his build, so I've taken the liberty of making some, what do you call them, thunder forged weapons for him to use on the way up. The downside is they can't take sentience for some reason, but the upside is they do nasty damage anyway, regardless.
After a long march through the hidden
And they are relatively easy to make, although I haven't found any thunder forged ingots on the auction house for flat recently, which is a bit of a shame.
I leave the rest of the facility.
Oh, why did you have to pop up? That must be lag, because I'm absolutely hammering it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I can't knock these others down. So we might have more of an issue here.
The big fiend continues. I expect you to retrieve the Titans for my forces in Shavarath. Or else. The Slav
Come on, while the boost is still going. Did we kill him? We did. Nice one. Nice one. Now I could and should get Mikhail out here, shouldn't I? To save us a little bit of grief. Where is he? For those of you who didn't know, Mikhail the Pious, level 11 fighter, comes with a DDO. 2 charges of DDO, I think. I think it's 2 he can do during any quest. Of course, now I've done that, I've gone... am I going up this way? Yeah. That's just going to save us a bit on the battle side, as is our ability to unlock things. This section is a bit of a nightmare. I would love some crowd control here. Just going to have to wait. Boom. And we hit them pretty hard, didn't we? Yeah, something like a disco ball or a Evard's tentacles in there works really well, I've found. Oh, I'm not going to bother with the boxes, it's just painful. We can find a thing here, can't we? An extra chest. I'm sure the bear would be frothing at the mouth for the chest here. So yeah, that's one thing we have lost. We've lost the Strinty's cannon ability to make short work of the boxes. I'm not really into just pew-pewing them down one by one. It's not really my scene, and I've got stuck and I can't get down here. Okay. So now if we just call Mikhail, we can avoid a fight or two by DDOing past or back to the start. The bear would be horrified because she likes to kill all the enemies. Okay, got things coming immediately around this corner, haven't we?
Leading into the dangerous artifact storage area is
Saw the little light spiral thing going in there. Let's just wait for the cooldown. There are some shrines dotted along the way, so I made rather a mess of that, didn't I? Took a lot of damage too. Okay, so yeah, being able to unlock the door or a knock a spell would do saves you a lot of hassle in this one. I think I made as big a mess of that as I possibly could have, short of dying outright. That was appalling. Okay. So that saves us from having to go back and mess about with levers and things. We've got a big crowd there, haven't we? Oh, we've got some. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was really stupid. Really stupid. Just never learn, do I? Shouldn't have just hit them like that when I wasn't ready for them. And ended up making a complete mess of this encounter. The bear would have been proud of that because it's the kind of move that she favours. Let's do the optional. I'm not bothered about the breakables, am I? Except where they obscure my access to the valve.
With all the valves opened, the machinery in the other.
Normally I would put fire shield cold here for these flame creatures, but it will remove my weapon attachment, and knowing me I'll forget that I've lost it, so I won't do that. I'm gonna have to rest and regain our boost. Yeah, that's some payback for the mauling we just took at the hands of those Orthons. So on Legendary, we tend to cheese this ending and kill the boss before we actually get in the room and then just teleport out, because those Slad, they can be horrible. They can knock you down and you basically don't get up, which is the fate that might befall us here actually. So I'm going to try and do the same, make sure we at least get a completion. I don't know if we get I'm sure we must get a save to not be knocked down. We have a decent reflex save if that is going to help us. I don't quite know how it works out, those knockdowns. I think balance is just to get back up again usually, isn't it? I think Mikhail, you can be dismissed, can you now? And we can get rid of Annie as well from there. Oh, I can't dismiss him. Okay. So as soon as we can see him, we can just stand here and smash him. And as soon as we step into the room, I think we'll get the completion. Putting all the defences up. I'll try to... I'm not confident actually, not confident at all. I'll try to... oh, look at all this, my god. If ever a disco ball were needed, it's now. boost. I need to get some of these on the floor. This could be another situation where the IPS would be pretty useful. Can you boost again? I can't see it because some pop-ups just come up in front of it. Yeah, generally speaking, I would have had the completion and just zipped out through the door that appears there. Can you see just in front of me? Without having the pain of all this. I think in the back of my mind was the fact that this is the place where the fatal flaw that we're using, the weapon, drops. So I was wondering, oh, we did find one, but not a named one. I was wondering if we might get lucky and get a nicer version of it, but no such luck. Okay. Well, on the plus side, the Slad didn't maul us, so I think that's definitely one in the plus column. Okay, so going to the last one, which is in Canith. This one has everything, big single targets and orthons and packs of things. I think we've shown already, apart from that mess at the end of that last quest, we're reasonably capable of dealing with the big groups. If we can hit them while they're all together, knock them all down, there doesn't tend to be too much left. And if we're boosting, we can mop them up quite quickly, what's left.
A containment generator. Just what I need for the ritual. Carver, stay here and crush House Canis idiot gadgeteers. Use the codex page I gave you and get our allies to start pulling their weight. Carver invokes the power of the codex page he's holding. There's a pulse of magic, and suddenly living copies of the tiefling appear from nowhere.
Go on, get him. Not amazing, was it? No. I am noticing a lot of dodge coming up, so I'm glad for that. I think both dodge and mobility do give extra dodge, so that's nice to have. Although when we get to the legendary, I think we're going to be capped on that anyway, so it's going to bring us less there. But the shot on the run, as well as being able to move and fire without penalties to hit, we get 6 ranged power, I think it is, for that, so that'll be nice. That wasn't very good, was it? Oh, that was... it's getting into a bit of a mess now. We boost again. Okay, let's just mop up these remnants. These we should be able to knock down, can we? Yeah. Problem with the relying on that knockdown is it's on a 10-second cooldown, and these are at quite short intervals. going on here? Okay. Oh, we're stuck with the lag, alright. Not too terrible. This section I like to just run through some of it. Let's do an invis.
It takes magical energy to make a copy of myself,
Says Tavern.
oh, lots of magic.
See if we can make it down into the bottom section. Leave these guys up at the top. Go on, straight into the next pile. That's the nice monster manual thing for the Abishai that I mentioned in an earlier episode. Abishai is one of the nice ones, along with Goblin and Monstrous Plant. That was pretty tidy, even if I do say so myself. How many boosts we've got? 6 left, okay. I see a Reaper in there. Okay, while the boost is still going, can we go and make some headway into this lot? Come on. Not bad, not bad.
Have some more of me.
Gloats the tiefling.
I gotta go, but don't worry.
Boosting here? No, I think I'll save it. Might have been the wrong decision. Yeah, that was rubbish. Should have boosted. Okay, definitely gonna have some boost here. Maybe I can block them up around the door and just hammer that what survived. Yeah, nice. Should have saved the knockdown really for these big guys. Oh, that was pathetic. I don't know what happened there. Okay. That's the old story of the hare and the tortoise. I was trying to be quick on the puzzle, ended up being much slower than somebody who might have been slow and methodical with it. Rushing in there was a huge mistake. didn't have my displacement, didn't have the trans going, just succeeded in causing us some pain there. That wasn't terrible. Aside from the fact I completely ignored the caster at the back, which is a shambles. Okay. If we're doing boxes, I guess we should try and secure the boxes before beating the boss up.
And just look at all these lovely crystals. I can make lots of copies with them.
Come on, come off, cool down.
Now just imagine if I get inside the manufactory where they make these things, I would be an entire army in just a couple of hours. In my only obstacle.
I think we have a slight amount of lag here. We have at least secured the win. Let's go and sit in a corner if we can. Wait for the recharge on the abilities. Come on. Perhaps it's because there's so many opponents on the screen at once that we're having this. Yeah, it's turned into a bit of a turn-based job, this, hasn't it? Okay. It's at the end. I'll take it. Right, well, as the saying goes, not too shabby, I don't think. I think we showed amply there that our AoE is pretty much up to the task. That knockdown thing is really great. We can follow it up with the other AoE to really make a mess of things. And more often than not, on the lower Reaper difficulties, we're wiping the floor with them, which is very satisfying compared to the leveling with the well, when Red first leveled as a bow user, a standard bow, there was nothing of this AoE, and bow in general was in a terrible place. So he was having to, usually on heroic hard, that was the limit, and it was just so painful, just like drip, 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 plink, 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 and kiting and kiting and kiting, slowly losing the will to live. So this is a big change, in my opinion, a big upgrade on that, and I definitely prefer it for my ranged character over the standard bow build. I think a lot of that's to do with the fact that I do quite a bit of, well, a lot of soloing, let's be honest, and this is a much more solo friendly build with the reconstruct giving a heck of a heal even through the Reaper nerf in the lower difficulties. I think at the cap, even up to Reaper 6, he gets a really good chunk of healing from the reconstruct, investing in a repair, spell power and crit item as he does. So yeah, between that and the crowd control, there's more crowd control at the cap, which I look forward to showing to you all. And I think that's about it for this one. So thanks very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.